Hi everyone. This is Healy Master Healer coming to you guys with a quick teaching message. Um, don't let another female or family member come live with you and your wife or you and your girlfriend. One of the reasons why I always say this because when when you bring that person is in your home. First to begin, they're going to disrupt the energy in your home now. Because if you and your wife or your new girlfriend home and you have your family and you're trying, especially when you're trying to rescue another family member from a sad situation now, and you don't want to bring those people in your home because as I telling you guys, people come with different type of energy, and when you see people going through struggling situations and people going through some type of bad luck, you guys will want to you don't want to do that. Because here one of the reasons why, and I always try to tell people this, and this is the alter is you can do something different to save yourself, and it all depends on if you can afford it to do. But this is one of the best things I always tell people to do when you're in a situation like this now. And it happened to me like on 2 occasions. I remember one time, I think one time I had a cousin, they were going through a dark period in their life now, and they wanted to come live at the time now, and I know it was the right thing to do, but I know if I let them come now, they would disrupt my home because everything was going good in my home and everything now. Everybody was gelling, everything was going good, but I know I had the room. I know how the space, the extra space for the person to come. But I know that because of the energy that they were coming with, they already was in a dark place at that point in time. And I couldn't afford to let that type of energy come in my home now at that point in time. And then the next thing too, I could have helped them spiritually too, but because they don't believe in certain things now, when people's rigid and set in their ways and they don't believe in certain things, I can't help you. I could only do, I can help you, but if you don't want to listen to me and you think you know it all, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? So I had a family member like that. Was very rigid, refused to want to take my advice, listen. I didn't bother to even offer them any spiritual help because I already don't know how rigid it is. They believe in certain things and they don't believe in hypnosis. They don't believe in NLP. Some people feel that hypnosis, they feel like they're under the person control. A lot of things, a lot of you guys watching on television, a lot of things is just not true. But that's for another video one of these days coming up soon. But definitely one of the best things I would advise anyone, and if you can afford to do it, is like like let's say you have a family member, a female or a male person, and they're going through like bad luck, they're going through money problems, but you want to bring them in your home. It's the best way to save yourself from an embarrassing situation and not really falling out with that family member, and to save peace. And if you have a wife or if you have a girlfriend, you're living with that person, in order to make your wife unhappy, because even if you bring a woman in your next home, a lot of times, whenever you bring somebody who's struggling, especially it could be a female or whatever it is, that female end up being with the person's husband, or just end up turning around whenever the queen of the home going to work. Sometimes the person might be start to mess with the person's husband. I see that a lot of time. And then if it's a man, sometimes if you bring like a male or a brother or some other family member, sometimes the man just end up start messing with the person's wife. So I've seen it happen on both sides. We're not going to blame just one person and say it's on just women. It's always no. Men too, the same way too. It's both sides of the coin. I see it happen many times. So to avoid all this situation, And if you could afford this, best thing I would tell anybody to do is to and if it's a close, very close family member, like a sister or cousin or somebody close that you really respect and you love, and you don't want to see them on the streets, what I normally did is that I end up co-signing, get an apartment, and pay like 6 months rent in advance for the person. And I tell the person I'm giving you a 6 month start, so I'll pay 6 months rent for that person. And instead of bringing them by me now, because if I bring them by me, they'll mess up my vibes in the home, especially if they don't want to clean up the cell, because I could have helped the person, but because the person is rigid and is set in the ways and the own belief system is very difficult, and you can't force somebody to think. So the other option was the best thing: pay for 6 months rent in advance, put them up in a spot, then let them come in over and mess up my flow. And mess up with whatever good I have going on at that point in time, and that is what I end up doing, because I know if I did let the person come in my home, as I told you, things would have go haywire, because they would have been doing some crazy stuff. They done was in a bad place at that point in time back then, and the best thing was to do was think, and that was the smartest thing I ever did, because whenever you're in a situation like that, you must always give people a time for them to stay. You don't tell them to come and stay. Never tell somebody to come in your place and tell them come and stay and whenever. No, because you'll get problem to get them out your place when the time come. So the best thing is the way you do is that you give them a time. You say, listen, you have 2 months to stay here. You sign a contract, you do up a contract, do up a paperwork that in 2 months' time you'll be out of here. You understand what I'm saying now? So you safeguard yourself that down the road now, on the back end now. But the best thing if you can do is to avoid any male or any female staying, especially if they come with kids and all them kind of stuff like that. And if you have your family and all kind of stuff, they will only get along for like a week or so. And then they go start see drama. Your wife will start to feel funny because your wife will can't walk around how she really wants to walk around, or your girlfriend might have to thing, because if you and your girlfriend been good, or your wife or something like that, your wife walking around in a nice sexy outfit and all that stuff, and now she had to all put on a whole bunch of clothes now. You understand what I'm saying? Mess up your flow in your home. Somebody, you have your nice little wife, you're watching it, so you're peeping it. It's, oh wow, you don't want nobody to come mess up your home. You don't want nobody to come mess up your home. You want that shit flowing nice. Outsiders come, don't mess up the flow. Your baby walking around with some nice little shorts, something, and you're peeping it. So, yeah, okay. Yeah. So, that's what I'm talking about. So, you're doing that flow. So, the best thing, man, peace of mind. If you could pelt out like a $6 grand or a $5 grand, if you have five stacks to pelt out, man, put them people up in a get a 6 month lease or something. Put them up. And listen, you'll save yourself some trouble. Or if you can't afford like 5 or 6 stacks to put up, or whatever it is to put somebody up, a family member up, best thing you could do, man, is to let them sign some kind of agreement that you're only allowed to stay for 2 months. Because the minute you tell that person to come and stay and till you catch yourself. No. Don't do that. Biggest mistake you can make. Do not tell that person come and stay till you catch yourself, because I'm telling you that would end up turning to like a year to 2 years. I'm telling you might have to put that person on before that. So the best thing I'm telling you straight up, guys, let them sign, make an agreement. If you cannot afford to pay for 3 months, 6 months rent for that family member and the kids and the family, give them a certain time frame, 2 months or 90 days. You have 90 days, you sign. You and your wife sign that. After 90 days, you have to leave this property. Other than that, that's the only 2 ways to do it. That's 90 days. So at least you know in your mind, you're going to put up with them for 90 days now. And you're counting down after that, time for you to go. That's it. But other than that, do not have nobody, no woman or no man laying up in your spot like that. Because as I say, you might be going to work, your wife stay back home, and you look, your brother, your cousin. This one might be knocking off your wife. You have your sister, or you have a little young niece or somebody like that, and you have your husband around. Your young niece might be walking around with kind of some shorts and stuff, walking around underwear, and then your husband might get catch slipping. So to avoid all that, you limit certain things, So these are some of the things that I always try to tell you guys, because you're trying to avoid certain things, I've seen it happen many times. To me, and I've know how to adjust, and I was blessed at that point in time that I could afford to pay that person rent up at the time, 6 months rent, that was a couple of years ago back then. So God is always blessing, so I can afford it. But because I did that, it saved family and saved everybody from getting into a serious drama, arguments, fights, a lot of heartache. And I know the person wasn't too pleased, but it was the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to anyone out there, man, try your best if you could afford to put that person up for 3 months rent. I know things are rough now. Not everybody could be able to afford 6 months rent. But it was peace of mind, Yeah, you don't want nobody come mess up your wife or your girlfriend. You and your girlfriend or something going good. And, sometimes you gotta rescue a family member, man. You better have taken a few stacks, man, and put that person up, I'm telling you. Let that person stay somewhere else. You don't believe you'll be saving yourself a lot of time, heartache, and lots of money in the long run. Because I'm telling you, you don't want that. Because you could end up losing a relationship. You and your wife could you just bring in that one person in your home, man. Just take one person to come in and mess up your home. You know what I'm saying? Same way too, like when you're doing business and stuff. Not all money is good money. There are some people straight up, I just don't want your money. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell you'll be a problem. And I have a lot of people like that. I can tell, I can smell them from a mile and a half. I know they're just problems, Yeah. So those are some of the things that I wanted to talk about, So you guys, I hope it makes sense. You guys can comment. Peace, love, and blessing. Thank you for all new subscribers. Love you guys. And definitely, it's a very important message, You can save yourself some time, money, heartache. I've seen a lot of people end up in some bad situation by bringing family members, rescuing them, bringing them over, nieces, nephews, sisters, in-laws, and everything just went, I tell you, it's like it just went haywire. Home turned upside down. And that's why you always want to bring people in your home who are going through certain, you don't want to bring people who stay in your home who are going through certain problems. Especially if somebody's rigid and somebody don't want to listen, and you could help the person, you could turn their lives around like that, and they don't believe in you, and they will believe in anybody else with some kind of stupidness, giving them hope and shit, and you could turn their life around that, clean them up quick, boom, and get them back out. And you know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. I've seen that many times, because sometimes we don't trust each other, we don't believe in each other. So peace, love, and blessings. You guys will hear more from me soon. Hope this teaching message, this video makes sense, and you guys will hear more from me soon. Bye.